Hey, what is up guys? It is Jay Yuki coming at you with another deck profile here today. And today, I am finally back with more Royal Paladins. It's only been, like 8 months, a year, I don't fucking know. I apologize for not posting. I'm definitely trying. Life has been getting in the way. Life has been very, very, very busy. It's been keeping me on my toes. I am just about almost done with my freshman year of college. That is going great. It is hard to believe that this channel has been going for like 5 or 6 years, give or take a few months in between videos. It's just fun to look back on all those great times and playing Yu-Gi-Oh! And oh god, my horrible, horrible noob days of Vanguard. That was bad. But I am back with an actual deck here today. And today it is, once again, my Royal Paladins, because Royal Paladins are the best fucking thing in the world to me. I love Blaster Blade. Royal Paladins were the second deck I actually got when I got into Vanguard. Gold Paladins were the first, hence the Ezel mat. But Royal Paladins always... I played Garmor, and then back in like the old Garmor trial deck days, and then I got a Royal Paladin trial deck, and I was just like happy as a motherfucker. And I was playing Royals basically since then. Go on and off with them. I had tried to play Alt Mile and G Era, and then Alt Mile was just kind of too expensive. But now that Alt Mile is cheap as fuck, I would play it if it wasn't bad. But yeah, so without further ado, standard format, Royal Paladins, let's go. So, you have your force markers, because you always need force markers. Yeah. Grade 0, Glime. It's your starter. I mean, there's nothing really to say about that. Right on it, you draw. Starting off with the grade 4s. It's weird to say that. Exculpate the Blaster. Exculpate the Blaster. If you don't know what he does, he is a grade 4 Force Gift, 14k based. When he is placed, you counterblast 1. All cards in your soul except one card that you choose go to the drop zone. And if you do that, he can attack everything on your opponent's field. Everything, Excel circles, everything, back row, everything, and your opponent's Vanguard. In one attack. Then he has a skill that at the end of the battle that he attacked, choose 2 cards from your hand, put them into the soul, choose a Blaster Blade from your soul, and you ride it as stand. If you cannot ride a Blaster Blade, you lose the game automatically. I was actually at a locals a couple days ago, and I had no Blaster Blade in soul, no Blaster Blade in hand. I was playing against Bermuda, and I had I wrote Exculpate because I was like, fuck it, I had no other way out. Attacked with Exculpate, attacked his entire field. He blocked it for the Vanguard. Drive check, I got something, and then I drove check again, and on my second check was a Blaster Blade. So I was like, well, it looks like I'm not going to die by my own hand. So I did the skill of Blaster Blade, and I actually won with that. So I was super, super happy. I was like, wow, Blaster Blade is on my side for some reason. The next grade, moving on to the grade 3s, I run 4 King of Knights Alfred. Alfred is getting reprinted in the trial deck. If you want him, just wait. He's getting reprinted in the trial deck. He is going to be a 1-of, but he will be a full art. So that'll be really, really cool. He has a skill that if you don't know, you counterblast 1, search your deck for Blaster Blade, it gains 5,000 power. Then continuous during your turn, if you have Blaster Blade on rearguard, he gets plus 10,000 power. So that's really, really cool. This guy's always, you want this to always be your first ride, just because the next one, you kind of need an Alfred in the soul, and that is 3 Monarch Sanctuary Alfred. You do not run 4 just because you definitely want this guy to be your main ride. And if you ride this guy first, he's not bad per se, but you're not getting the full advantage of his effect. His skill is that when he's placed, well, he's got a continuous skill. All Blaster Blade, I think it's during, yeah. So I think it's on your opponent's turn 2 that Blaster Blade gains 10,000 power, and he gains plus 5, or I'm sorry, 10,000 power, 5,000 shield, which is really cool. So I think on your opponent's turn, Blaster Blade's sitting at 20k, which is actually really, really cool. And then he becomes a 10k shield, which is awesome. And Counterblast 1, Soul Blast 1 when he's placed, choose a Blaster Blade from your drop zone, add it to your hand. Alfred gains 15k, and then if you have another card with Alfred in your soul, he gains a critical, so which is awesome because he is 28k by himself with the crit if you get the full effect off, not counting for any force or any boosters, which is amazing. Moving on, that is it for the grade 3s. There's 7 of them, combined with the grade 4s, it's 9. Moving on to the grade 2s. I start with 3, High Dog Breeder Akane. I am testing this out. It's not bad. Obviously, when it's placed, Counter Blast 1, she calls Pongal from the deck, and when she's boosted by a High Beast, she gains 3,000 power. So boosted by Pongal, that's 21,000, which is an automatic 10k guard for your opponent. Then, the only reason I am debating running her is because she uses a Counter Blast, and this deck is very Counter Blast heavy. So you definitely need to watch that. It's not bad. I do like the fact that it gives you another rear guard, especially on early game. If you're on Blaster Blade as your Vanguard, this thing will help get that 4 rear guard effect. So it's really, really good in that sense, but otherwise late game it's not really that great at all. Moving on to the next grade 2, I am running 4, Knight of Loyalty Bedivere. Bedivere has a skill that when he's placed, you call K from your hand, Knight of Friendship K. K gains, or I'm sorry, then if you called K, you draw a card. Then he has the skill that when he's boosted by K, he gains 3,000 power. So, yeah, I mean, he's there for that extra draw, but usually he'll be being called from the deck by K, so there's nothing much really to say about that. Definite 4 of. The next one is 4, Blaster Blade. Oh, so pretty. Buster Blader does the effect that when if you have 4 more rear guards when he's on Vanguard Circle, he gains a crit. Counter Blast 1, Soul Blast 1 when he's placed on Van or rear, you kill an opponent's rear guard in the front row. So that's basically that. This is the poster boy for Royal Paladins, and there's not much to say about that. He's Buster Blader. Moving on to grade 1s, like I said, 4, Knight of Friendship K. K has a skill that when he's placed, you Counter Blast 1, call Bedivere from the deck, which is really, really good. Then he has a skill that when he boosts Bedivere, Bedivere gains 3,000. So him and Bedivere combined in one column is 24,000. So that is an automatic 15k guard from your opponent, which is phenomenal. Just because of the fact that it gets those 15k cards out of hand, or if you even if you have a 4 stacked on top of it, you just keep adding pressure. 34, 44. It keeps building up, which is amazing. Next grade 1 I run, and something that not a lot of people run, is 4 Knight of Exemplary Sword Lucius. I've never really said his full name. Just call him Lucius. He has a skill that it's a rear guard effect. When your grade 3 or greater Vanguard is placed, you put Lucius in the soul, draw, and call a card from your hand. I use it for that extra draw if you need to dig for something, usually, but this is going to be more late game. It just gets you that extra draw, which it's never bad. And grade 1s are kind of a weird spot in this deck. I then play 3 Pongal to call out with Akane. His skills, when he's placed, you soul charge 1, and if it's a trigger, when he's placed, you have another unit in the same column as him. You soul charge 1, and if the soul charge card was a trigger, he gets 5,000 power. So the next grade 1 I run is 2 Night Squire Allen. I don't run Marin because Marin is an unnecessary counterblast, and I feel like you can get more value out of this guy than you can Marin, because 90% of the time you won't be using Marin's skill unless you really need to dig for something, and this guy helps you dig for something. And then I run Allen just as an easy ride target, or if you really need that draw, you can use Allen's skill, but I doubt you will. Moving on to the trigger lineup, I run 6 criticals. I run the 3 Epona and 3 Flogel. Future Knight Lu is going to be our next critical trigger, which is going to be amazing. You can run 12 crit at that point, but I think it'd kind of be stupid because you'd have to run a grade 1 perfect guard. So yeah, speaking of perfect guards, you have your 6 draw. You run the 6 draw because sometimes you do need to dig a little bit, and getting that draw trigger, even defensively, getting this draw trigger is fucking amazing. I find myself drawing into it either in an opening hand or during a draw for turn too much, but I mean, that's kind of the price you pay. You can run 8 crit, that's up to you. I just like 6 and 6, it's a nice ratio for me. And then obviously you have the 4 heal. Yeah, Royal Paladins are bad without heal triggers because we don't have a counter charger. But yeah, other than that, this deck is really, really, really cool. I love Royal Paladins. I can't wait to see what's in store for them. I do not want to play Messianic Lord Blaster. It's a bad card. Don't run it. It's bad. Don't run Arcsaver. It's still bad. They're just bad cards. Just wait to see what Gancelot does. Gancelot's going to be the new main card in the the next Miyagi set, and I can't wait to see what he does, because he seems like I really hope they're gonna give Gancelot like a really good skill, because it's Gancelot, you know, he's a fan favorite. So it's really, really cool to see some of these old cards come back to life. You know, I'm happy about that. Standard format is fantastic. I love standard format, and I hope that it grows a lot more. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will try to post a lot more. It's a little hard to do, but I will try my absolute best. Thank you guys again so much for watching. Please comment, subscribe, smash that like button.